Indeed. All right, well, we're recording. Go ahead and hit us with the
y'all don't mind vulgar language because I dropped some bombs in there. Oh, okay.
All right, hit them.
What up, my peoples, my mother booping peoples. We are back. Lucky number 13, Quality Minutes Podcast. We are in the building. What's up,
yes,
man?
Indeed.
Back, man.
Yes.
Special guest this afternoon. We have Marcus and his lovely wife, Michelle and Haynes.
Yes, indeed. We gotta give it up to these two for sure. We got Black Love in the building. Black Love. We got enough Black Love, man. Baby. We don't see enough Black Love. So I gotta throw some extras into this introduction. I met these folks in a special place, a place that's very close to my heart. A place called St. Francis University.
Shout out to St. Francis.
Shout out to St. Francis. Definitely. Little small university out in Loretto, Pennsylvania, about an hour from Pittsburgh or so.
Yeah, about an hour.
About an hour from Pittsburgh. Yeah. So I was recruited to go play football out there. Met this guy. Pretty solid free safety, if I do say so. I'm gonna leave it at that because I don't want to blow his head up because I know he gonna.
It's already get up there, man.
But definitely, we got to shout out Marcus and Michelle. Let's give it up for Marcus and Michelle one more time.
Thanks for having us, guys. We definitely appreciate it.
So first and foremost, kind of tell us about where you at, what you do. Just who are you? Who are you?
Let the world know, please.
Let the world know.
So I think we're just the average everyday people. Right now I'm running a small business. Been doing it for probably the past 10 years. Doing cybersecurity for the federal government. Love sports.
Wait. Say what? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
We got to tap all in. All right, go ahead.
This ain't a setup, is it?
Just wait.
Wait till you hear what she's doing.
Oh, baby. Oh, no. Secret agents on there?
Oh, God. Bruh. All right. Go ahead. My bad.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, I've been doing that for about 10 years. Taking care of my family. That's pretty much what I do on a daily. 2 little girls, 7 and 6. Yes. My wife, I'll let her introduce herself.
Yeah. Enjoying the ride, loving life, loving motherhood, loving the family. From a professional perspective, I work for the federal government as well. So we are out here, being public servants, doing all that we can in as many spaces as we can.
Yo, shout out to y'all.
Power couple,
definitely. And I could tell y'all are enjoying it because y'all were smiling, even saying that, like just enjoying the ride. Like, I appreciate it. That's cool.
Loving adulthood, parenthood, and things. Okay, I like it, man.
Yeah, we came a long way from St. Francis, man. That was it's a beautiful place, though. I still keep in touch with those folks up there.
Mm-hmm. For sure. We're gonna get into a little bit of St. Francis talk because I don't know, but it was some nonsense that was going on up there because now Greg, I don't know if you understand, like maybe I told you some stories, but it wasn't a lot going on in Loretto. Wasn't a ton, wasn't really a party school, right? Like it wasn't really happening like that. So, we had to be very creative. So maybe we'll talk a little bit about that for sure.
Concentration camp. How creative y'all get.
It was on top of a mountain. And you had to drive. I just remember the drive up. It was like a 6-mile drive up a mountain. There was a prison on one side of the mountain and a juvenile detention center on the other side of the mountain.
Whoa.
It was pitch black driving up that bitch at nighttime. Like
I was gonna ask that because I don't really rock with the mountains at night, man.
And it was windy roads, so you didn't know where you were going.
Yeah. Man. She actually did I don't know what it was, like an internship or something at one of those prisons.
Yeah.
And while she's up there, the alarm goes off like someone's escaping.
Whoa. Okay. Now what happened after that? Like, did they actually?
I'm sitting there.
He drove over to the correctional facility.
Like they're gonna let me
To
in.
do what? To do what?
Well, what are you gonna do, right? Like,
Bro,
Let me in. My lady's in there.
let me in here. Open the damn gates.
Oh man. Shout out to Love. So I do have to ask this question because Michelle, you were from California.
that's right.
And how did you make your way from California to
Pennsylvania.
Loretto, Pennsylvania?
Yeah, definitely not my first choice in colleges. Long story short, I played softball. I tore my rotator cuff my senior year.
Ooh.
So all the schools that I was slated to attend or to go to quickly dropped off my list, started dropping me from scholarship opportunities. And St. Francis and Youngstown, State, Ohio were the only two schools left. And so packed my bags and moved across the country to Pennsylvania so I could try to get a free education.
Long story short, she seen me on the cover of the media guide and was like, I gotta get there. That's what she did.
Hey, to all those other schools that start reneging on their scholarships, right here, buddy, right there. Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She works for the freaking government now. How about that?
Yeah, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, definitely. So tell us a little bit about, so you all both work or are founders of NetVest, is that correct?
Yep, NetVest.
Okay, so first of all, let's start off with NetVest. Tell us about NetVest.
Yeah, so NetVest is a new virtual platform for small businesses that's geared towards allowing to connect, promote, and grow. So whether you are looking for a partner or somebody to help you with your supply chain, whether you're just trying to market your services or looking for different investors to help you, get your money right for the small business, NetVest is the platform for you to do that on. So we allow small businesses to get like an executive view of how they manage their day-to-day interactions and all the business that they're handling. It comes to them directly. So right in your face, it brings it to you. Some of the resources that a typical small business may not have. So when you're first getting started, I think one of the challenges when I started my business 10 years ago, one of the challenges was you don't have a clue of what you're doing, right? You don't know how to really find new customers. You don't know how to market your service and things like that. So this platform gives you that opportunity. It exposes you to those type of resources. So if you are trying to get a restaurant off the ground, it'll bring your distributors right to you. Your alcohol, folks that are going to give you your alcohol, bring them all right to you. And the best part that we think of, about the site is it allows you to use your network to do it. So I think what we all forget sometimes is how powerful our networks are and what we have in our network. So it allows you to use your network to find those different resources and, find the different opportunities that are available to you. I don't know if you want to expand on that a little bit.
Yeah, no, I mean, that sums up what we're trying to do. Take business to an entire new level by allowing people, entrepreneurs, those that have the desire, the aspiration to see themselves grow. We gave them a tool, a platform at their disposal to make as many connections that they can to help their business flourish.
Okay. So I know you're a business and you got to get paid and there's only so much you can say. You can't, but give us a little bit of how do you connect these, these young business, these startups and these businesses?
Yeah. So I think like my favorite part of it is to use the network scenario, right? So when your wife or someone in your family has a baby, what do? We throw a baby shower, right? That's the first thing we do. We go and buy a stroller, cribs, get them diapers to kind of get them started, right? We're doing the very similar concept where we're giving them a business shower, right? So to use you guys for it.
Hashtag business shower.
Yeah, there you go. It's the opportunity for the people within your network to celebrate you, right? And the way they celebrate you is kind of bringing some of those resources and connecting people to you. So, for example, with Quality Minutes, when you guys are, first starting off, imagine having a business shower on NetVest, right? And now, somebody within your network, probably has somebody that has thousands of followers on Instagram. Every time they go live, they get hundreds of viewers. Them being able to bring those opportunities to you instead of buying you a crib for a baby shower, maybe they're helping you with some money towards your marketing campaign. Basically just helping you get the resources to get started. A guy that we played with, Dante, started a construction company. He's slated to do one of our first business showers. And what we got planned for him is to bring him all the resources for, his plumbers, his electricians, all those different resources that his company needs in order to actually do the work.
Okay.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Clap it up, man.
Oh, definitely clap it up for sure. Tell us about a success story. So you just mentioned Dante, but give us a success story of. Let me back up. Like, so how long have you all been in business, or how long has NetVest been a thing?
We're brand new. We're expecting to launch this month.
Okay.
With the scenario that I just told you. So right now we're piloting the situation and testing it out.
Okay.
But we'll have a launch this month.
All right. Cool.
So that's kind of what we wanted to do now is, talk to folks like you and your viewership to kind of, point folks to that direction to, start checking us out.
I mean, that's what we all about, man. Working together, man. It's all about the networking, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. So you all both work in government. So why did you all decide like this is the thing that you wanted to do?
So, that's funny. I think if we just reflect on what happened this past year, between COVID and then what we just saw, from a society perspective.
Yes.
We sat here and we had so many conversations on how can we make a change and what does change look like for us, for our communities, for our babies. And we realized that the traditional way of doing business has not been designed for everyone to achieve success. And so we knew that, we couldn't go out and instantly make a change, but what we did have at our disposal was a desire to help our people, right? Those people that want to create their own financial stability, those that want to start their own businesses, those that want to circulate money amongst themselves. We wanted to create a platform so folks could finally do that. And so it really was driven by what was happening in the world and us just saying, there's no way we can sit back and not do something. And so we wanted to bring money within small businesses, within entrepreneurs, within networks that we want to choose and allow folks to go ahead and use this platform, NetVest, to start those connections.
Definitely. I'm excited because you all seem very passionate about this. Like I'm ready to go do something right now. I don't know where.
That's right. Get excited.
I am very intrigued because here at the Quality Minutes podcast, we commend people just like you two. You know what I mean? Those who are trying to get back to the community and just trying to make a change. We definitely tilt our heads to you, salute you, and all of that.
Like you all are both professionals. You got 2 daughters. They're active, and then now you're doing this additional business. Like, how are you like managing to do all of these things and be successful at all of these things?
It's hard. Most of we fit things in late at night. We fit things in during our lunch breaks. So it's a lot of hours, a lot of time that go into that. But I mean, it's something that we really, really, really wanted to do. So it almost doesn't feel like work when we're, putting things together on whiteboards at night. It's fun at that point. And that sounds crazy to say that work is fun, but I would so rather do that than some of the security stuff I do.
Okay. Yeah. No, I understand.
That's a great.
We constantly say, when there's a will, there's a way. And so sometimes we're our own damn problem, right? If we could just get out of ourselves and figure out how to make it work, it's doable.
Making every minute count is what it sounds like.
That's right.
And then when she can't do it, she just tells me to do it because she's the boss. So
it usually is the case. Smart man. Now, Mark, you also played a little. He said you were a great safety back in college, huh? So you guys,
that was okay.
did you guys meet during kind of like? How did you guys interact when you first got to St. Francis? Like, tell us how you guys met.
So I'm not going to even let him give his side of the story because we're not going to go there. But as Ryan said, the school only had about 1,200 students. So you knew everyone. And of that population, I think 0.1% were African Americans. So you definitely knew all the Black students. It wasn't, you couldn't miss each other. So
so this is what happens at St. Francis, right? So
football players. I know exactly what you're about to say, but go ahead.
The football players are there before the freshmen get there, right? We get a good 3 days before everybody else gets to see the freshmen. So we already got we scoped out the scene and everything. We know exactly what's what. So I knew at that point, once I seen her, I had about 70 other guys that was about to just be at her neck. So I had to put my play in early. So we had these dances where they were at Frankie's.
Shout out to Frankie's.
Yeah.
Shout out to Frankie's.
Worst parties you could ever go to, like literally the worst ever. So when we walked up in there, I waited up in there. I knew exactly, what I was going to finish off with that night. I didn't finish off that night. That's not right. That's
sheesh.
Make sure you edit that piece. My daughter's gonna watch this one day.
But I knew exactly what I wanted that night, and that's basically where we met. That's kind of everything started from there.
That's what's up, man.
So let me just say this. let me just say this. So as a person of color, a Black man on campus, if there was somebody who showed up on campus, especially a Black girl of color who was pretty, man, listen, the cats was thirsty.
Jesus, no.
I'm telling you, the cats was on fast. And I remember that Frankie's dance as well, because I remember him over in that little corner talking to her. I'm like,
got her.
Yep. I'm telling you, it was done after that, but it was tough. It was tough out there. And for me, I was exclusively dating Black women at the time, so it was a challenge. It was a challenge. It was tough. But let me tell you, Marcus, you seem to still be the arrogant dude I remember. I'm gonna tell you a story real quick, Michelle. I don't know if you know this story, but we were at Penn State one time. We all went up to Penn State one time, and we had and this is before you showed up on campus. And we had ran into some girls in a car, right? And
I know exactly the story you're going.
This arrogant SOB, he says, I'm about to go out there. I just need him to see my face. I was like, what?
Wow. Wowzers.
Listen here, Chico DeBarge, I need you to relax.
Prime time, Dion. Come on.
I just need them to see my face. And he just went out there and was scooping. So listen.
That's a true story.
It is a true story.
And I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all.
Shout out to Swagoo, man.
But do you remember what happened later that night?
Listen, I don't know what happened later that night. What happened later that night?
We ran into a guy that I used to wrestle with in high school, and he was in the alleyway, and he was doing this thing with somebody in the alleyway, and y'all flashed the lights on him, and then he came out ready to fight.
Whoa! Needless to say, that was an adventurous evening.
It was, man. But them Pennsylvania nights were a blur for me. Those Pennsylvania nights were a blur. So you all were out in California. Where in California were you all?
Yeah, so I'm originally from LA, born and raised Highland Park. Okay. We were out here in Maryland for, I would say, about 6 or 7 years after we graduated from St. Francis. And then once we had our youngest, we needed some help, some support. And so we decided to move back where my entire family is. We stayed out there for about 4 to 5 years. And I think we realize that where we thrive, I think the best is coming back here. I think you both know this is the heart, DC, of the government. And so we decided to make the move back. And I'm not going back to Cal. We're not going to keep doing this. So just buy a vacation home out there, and we're gonna permanently live here in the DMV area now.
Definitely. Shout out to vacation homes too, though.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna air horn now.
For sure.
So how you like
climate change?
Well, where in Maryland are you? And how you like it down here?
Yeah, Bowie, maybe 20 minutes outside of DC, 20, 30 minutes outside of DC and Bowie.
Okay. All right.
Are either of you Griselda fans?
Who's that? Griselda?
Griselda.
I don't know Griselda.
Who is she?
Baby. Because we're actually planning a trip to Baltimore to come see a rap show. They're a rap artists called Griselda, and they're taking the world by storm right now. So we definitely might see you in Maryland.
Yeah,
definitely. We
doors always open.
We're literally in between. Still another 30 minutes, 40 minutes to Baltimore.
Okay,
cool.
So yeah, definitely we're looking forward to like concerts after, all is said and done. Like, what are you all looking for after going through a pandemic in a year? Like, what is it that you're looking for the most?
I don't know, man. I'm an introvert. I like to stay in the house. So like being in the house during the pandemic was perfect for me. But at this point, I'm even ready to get back out.
Right. Do something, man.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm pretty sure you guys are vaccinated.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, both shots.
Yep.
Everything's okay, feeling good.
Ready to get back out there. He can stay inside. I want to go see my family, right? Can I go?
I understand.
See mom and pops? Like I need to go see my family.
We took that shot. She booked like 3 trips, man. I think we're going to Puerto Rico.
Hey,
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Definitely want to go to Puerto Rico. Like DR for sure. I'm looking out. I want to go back to DR.
Yeah.
Solid.
I want to go to Brazil, man. I don't know why. I just want to go to Rio. That's where I want to go.
Rio de Janeiro.
Yes.
I heard it's kind of dangerous out there. Like I mean,
I live in Detroit, man.
But I live in Detroit. We are here. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
The East Side is a blur every day. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm prepared for their antics.
Yeah, every time I tell people like that I'm from Detroit, they look at me like they're proud of me for making it.
Oh, Detroit!
Really?
Oh.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
I
Congratulations.
have family in Farmington Hills.
Nah, they're not the same. It's not the same.
But okay, enough of this nice stuff, man. Now, Marcus, man, I've heard some blasphemous comments coming all the way from here to Baltimore.
Malarkey.
Tomfoolery, shenanigans. Ladies and gentlemen, this man doesn't believe that Calvin Johnson, Megatron, deserves to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Absolutely.
Explain
First
yourself.
ballot. So,
Please,
y'all from Detroit, so it's hard to explain it to y'all. But when you look at his whole body of work, that man is behind a whole lot of people. And I know the argument is he did it in less time, right? But when you go for the Hall of Fame, you got to look at the whole body of work. Nobody's going to look at Tom Brady and say, oh, he won all those championships, but he played 20 years. No, he won a whole lot of championships. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry about that, guys.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Yeah. So with that said, he's behind a lot of guys that got to go in before him. My own Haynes Ward. His numbers are just better.
FYI, Marcus from Pittsburgh. Just a FYI, Marcus from Pittsburgh.
Steeler. Okay, he's still a fan. Now, I don't mind Haynes Ward. I wouldn't mind Haynes Ward before him. But we're not saying there's not a lot of people who deserve it. We're just talking, you're saying this man does not deserve to be a first ballot, though. What?
Yeah, not first ballot. He could go in, 2-3 years later, but not first ballot. Not first ballot.
Marcus, that's ridiculous. That's absolutely. Marcus, come on, man.
No, look, I'll give him this. Out of all the people I put in front of him, I would hate to line up against him, the most. But he don't deserve it.
Marcus, he had one season where he didn't get 1,000 yards, and that was like 900 yards. He's what? Huh?
2 seasons.
First
season he had 756 yards, and another season he had 984 yards.
So 2 out of 8 years. That means he balled out for 6 years. And those numbers you're looking at,
and he went crazy.
He had a season of 1,900 yards, man.
Yeah.
1964. That's amazing.
It is. But
Haynes Ward has never put up a 1,964 yard season ever.
But I think Haynes Ward falls somewhere in the top 10 though, all time.
Haynes Ward had Jerome Bettis as well.
He did.
And it's still
Bill Cowher
and a great defense to help out.
Great defense.
I'll give Megatron that. He did have to play in he had to play in Detroit. So
Marcus, we are Lions fans. You understand that? You know how trash the Lions are?
What?
You know how hard it is to be successful as a player in Detroit?
That's like saying Barry Sanders does not deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, that would be blasphemy.
That's how I feel about Calvin. Come on.
Bruh. He's a beast. He's a beast. I'll give him that. He's a beast.
I'm sorry, Marcus. I got to give you this right here.
I will say this. I'm also a Michigan fan. I despise y'all picking up Najee Harris, first off.
Yeah, that was a good pick.
But that's a great pick.
It was pretty good pick. Yeah, definitely.
It's going to look pretty nice, man, especially with him back there. Shout out to my boy Devin Bush, too.
And it upsets me because y'all keep being good and we keep not being good like that. Like, I'm so tired of the Detroit Lions.
And we talked about that the other day, man. He was like, man, don't you realize, like, you know, he said, Marcus, my man, he's a Steelers fan. You know, they get one person, like, man, that he just filled that piece up, man. They're going to be in good shape. Then you look at the Detroit Lions and we get one person, like,
which I don't think it's going to work out. Goff, right? Y'all went out there and got Goff. And now it looked like in the draft, you guys are just getting defensive players.
We got offensive linemen as well.
Come on, man. We got offensive linemen, 2 defensive tackles. We got a cornerback, a receiver, linebackers. So they building up the defense. It's getting big guys in the middle. So I mean, I could appreciate that. It's the Detroit Lions in the draft.
I'm sick of it, man.
Listen, the Detroit Lions in the draft is like if you have a piece of trash car, like a hoopty, you know what I'm saying, and you just put nice tires on it, right? Like that's like there's so many more things that need to happen, right? Like there's so many more pieces that need to be put in place.
I've been there though, man. I used to have a Buick Skyhawk. I had rims, tinted windows.
But you was praying every time you got in that boy, like, please, Jesus, let me get to my destination.
Please let me get there.
I used to ride around with the trunk had oil in it just because I had to fill it up.
Skyhawk,
just in case. Jesus,
a Skyhawk, man.
Hey, have you guys ever had a car that the radio went out and you had to put your own? I had to put a boom box in my back seat, bro. I got serious in my old school, bro. Man. It was bad times back in those days.
Now, me and my friend used to ride around and we would blast the music, the radio. I didn't have a CD player in there. So every time the radio started talking, we would turn the volume down.
Hey, man, we want to hear this. All right.
Come on, man. It's all radio, no CDs.
So, Marcus, you're a Steelers fan. Michelle, you're from LA. Who do you ride with? You a Steelers fan as well?
If we're sticking with football, he converted me. The whole house, the girls, when the Steelers are on, that's it. Everyone's attention is fully on the screen.
It's a requirement.
You guys got terrible tiles around the house on Sunday. You just walk around.
Everyone wrapped the babies in it when they was born, the whole night.
Oh, baby. Hey, you Steelers fans, with your cockiness, you deserve to be a Steelers fan. You know, because I went to I think it was a Monday night game with the Lions, man. And boy, you Steelers fans can talk your shit. They can talk some boop. You hear me? I was like, wow, we were winning too. He was like, don't worry. Fourth quarter, you guys are going to blow it. And little do you know,
you know our age-old argument. We got 6.
I was about to say. Because even if they lose, that's that trump card, right? That's that damn ace in the hole. But you know we got like, all right, okay.
How many do y'all have? Hey, have you ever been in the playoffs? Yeah, they just talking greasy to you too, man.
Like, can we live in the present, please?
So are you a Lakers fan?
I am. I'm a Lakers fan.
Huge Lakers
Oh, so she
fan.
converted. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got a little
Huge
mixture
Lakers
there.
fan. Mamba mentality.
Man,
Rest in
definitely
peace,
rest in
Kobe.
peace,
Right.
Kobe. Man,
Yep.
His
that
wife
was
Crazy.
his wife just started a clothing line, you know.
Today, she launched it.
Mhm.
Yeah, she launched it today, if I'm not mistaken, May 1st.
Shout out to Vanessa
Yeah.
Bryant, man. Doing it for Gigi, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, Nike didn't renew with them, right, or something.
Yeah, she declined it. She didn't want
Yep.
it. Yeah, she didn't want it.
So
That's what's up.
living. So let me ask you, Michelle, comparatively, like living in LA or coming up in LA, you know, what do you think? You know, is it as amazing as people like? I have a friend that moved to LA and he's like, I will never come back to Michigan. I will never come back to this side. Like, is it that? I've actually never. I was in LA when I was 3 years old. That's the last time I've been in LA.
Yeah, I've never been to the LA myself either.
Yeah,
yeah, y'all, it is the best place ever. There's no way, you can't even get me to say anything bad about it. LA is just that great. And I can tell you why. The weather is amazing year round, right? You have beaches and then mountains at your fingertips whenever you want to go. The food, let me just talk about the food scene. There is so much diversity in LA that you can go from, you know, like authentic Mexican food one day to like Ethiopian food the next day. And it's all amazing.
The tacos.
Mhm.
Tacos.
Authentic boys, right?
Yeah.
Cilantro, you know what I'm saying? Them joints.
I grew up with ground beef on my tacos. I thought I was eating the tacos.
I think we all did, Marcus. I think we all did, man. Taco Tuesday was definitely just the hard shell boys with the ground beef, little cheese.
We had to school him. So I'm half Hispanic. So we bring him home. My mom and my family, we're doing everything in the kitchen, making homemade asada. We have our tortillas and everything. And we asked him what he want. And
flour or corn?
Yeah, what kind of tortilla you want? He had no clue about the difference. Now, you're a pro. You can go right up. You could order for us all. But we've had to school him a little bit.
For real. Okay. All right. So having that experience, what were you thinking after a month in Loretto, Pennsylvania?
Sheesh.
You know, honestly, I tried getting myself kicked out of school. I was so ready to come home. So first of all, with love to my parents.
We all were, Michelle.
Chances make champions.
When the snow came, I didn't even know what that was. I had Chuck Taylors walking in 18 inches of snow. Like, I was so unprepared for Loretto, Pennsylvania. I put gray tape on the inside of my jeans so that when the snow hit it wouldn't keep my legs cold while I was sitting in class. Like, I had to get real creative just to survive Loretto.
Let's bring it back. Did you say you had to put duct tape on your jeans?
Yes. I didn't have boots. My parents we wasn't in a position to send me out there with East Coast clothing. I didn't have an East Coast wardrobe. They sent me with what I
had. Well underprepared. Jeez, oh Pete.
Yeah, no, the snow is real out there. Now, and we're from Michigan, right? Like Detroit, the snow is real, but the snow out there
in the mountains, I can just imagine.
It was crazy. And they never canceled class.
Never.
Ever.
And it didn't stop, right? It started in like October and it didn't end to May. It was just constantly snowing.
That's a hell of a turnover from palm trees and beaches.
That's right. Sunshine and beaches to just snow. That's it. Just snow.
I can't stand the snow. I tell people on the West Coast all the time, we can trade places whenever you feel like it. It just looks so beautiful in pictures. Yeah, a picture is a whole different story. When
it snowed in Detroit a couple week ago, didn't it?
Yeah, man. It just doesn't stop. It doesn't stop.
So let me just tell you something. I thought it was absolutely hilarious when people like y'all remember the cats from Florida who would come up, and they were so unprepared. So unprepared for the weather. No jackets. They got hoodies. I'm like, my first roommate was Smitty. I know my man Smitty, another running back. My first roommate was Smitty. He ain't have a jacket.
Whoa.
Yo, them cats.
That's tough.
But I mean, how would you know? How would you know?
I was gonna say, you have nothing. You have nothing.
If you're from Fort Lauderdale in LA, like, you know,
but at the same time, you
said you ain't do their research.
Right. Come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all done seen them shows on ESPN, the sports thing. They cold as hell on the East Coast. Come on, bro.
Yeah,
you're right. But at 18 years old, how much research are you doing about
that's true.
The change in weather, right?
That's true. That's true. Sheesh, though. Somebody could have been like, "Hey, you might want to bundle up a little bit."
You know what, though? I did. My roommate, Kate Lancaster. Remember Kate? She was my roommate. She took care of me. We got some jackets and I got some boots. Eventually, I was good. Year number 2. By the time I got to my second year, I was good.
Shout out to you being a thug with the duct tape, though. That's very inventive.
I never heard of this. Hashtag ingenuity. That's pretty solid.
That is definitely. Sheesh.
So give me a St. Francis story. I just want to hear one St. Francis story, one thing that just sticks out in your mind. It don't have to be inappropriate. It could just be like something that just resonates with you about being at St. Francis University for that time you were there.
I don't know. For me, it was just losing every weekend. Yo.
That is definitely a vivid memory there, bro. Woo-wee.
We used to get the brakes beat off of us every Saturday.
Hey, the sports ticker show y'all at school. It'd be like somebody 46, St. Francis.
I lost the game 70-0.
Oh,
fam, that was a University of Dayton, bro. That was my first collegiate experience. Football game was when we got on that bus and drove all the way to Dayton, Ohio, just to get the snot kicked out of us. Oh my God. They beat us in every way you can beat a person, beat a team. Special teams, defense, offense. I think the coaches scored a touchdown. That was crazy.
That's a long sit down on the bench, and you just see that score just going up against you.
But you know what the worst part of that was?
What's
This is how cheap the football program was. Our game was a night game, right?
Yeah.
Like 7:00 at night. They made us check out of our hotel at noon. We just sat in the lobby until it was game time.
That's true.
We walked out there. We put our uniforms on. These is brand new jerseys. Our numbers tucked into our pants. Right?
The numbers were too low.
Come on, guys.
Yo, we were terrible, bro. Like
my freshman year, when I got up there, no exaggeration, they gave us pants that were handed down from the University of Wisconsin. You could see where they removed the W. Man, shout out to St. Francis.
Definitely shout out to St. Francis, man.
That program has come a long way. You know, they won maybe 2 years ago. They won the conference championship. Went to the 1AA playoffs.
Bro,
yeah,
I gotta do this right here. Let me tell you something. So my first season there, when I was a freshman, so we lost every game. And then like the second season, we were continuing to lose. And then I remember, so what was it? St. Peter's out in Philly. That's when we broke that losing streak.
LaSalle.
Bro, it was a LaSalle, right?
LaSalle.
Fam, you would have thought we won the goddamn
national title.
I'm telling you, bro. I was crying. Like I was in tears. Anything is possible. Like Cameron Garnett.
Somebody dumped the water container on themselves.
Oh my goodness gracious. At least a win is a win, man.
You gotta celebrate the small wins.
Yeah, you have to. Small accomplishments matter, man.
It was. when I was leaving high school, there was this idea that like the football players were honored and respected and almost like celebrities on a college campus.
Not at all.
Not
He's gonna hate that I'm gonna say this, but the basketball team really ran St. Francis.
I can see that.
Mean, no argument here.
Yeah. The basketball program wasn't too bad though, right? They weren't too bad. Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah, no, the basketball program was pretty good. So, what about you, Michelle? What story did you have, or what sticks out to you from those years at St. Francis?
You know, I think it is the fact that because it was so small, I had a chance to make so many good friends. Mm-hmm. And I look now, you know, Ryan, just sitting here with you from St. Francis. There's like a crew of 30 of us in the DMV area that we still see each other. You know, we've been to each other's, you know, weddings and birthday parties. Like just the fact that we could still sit here and reminisce on stories from St. Francis, it kind of makes me appreciate, even through all the bullshit, how great St. Francis was, because it brought us a pretty cool network of friends that we still keep in touch with today.
Definitely. True. What I could appreciate was, you know, coming from Detroit, like I kind of just thought, you know, all Black people were the same. Like I thought we talked the same. I thought like, you know, we were just the same. And just when I got to St. Francis, there was Black people from like all these different places, Florida, California, it was Pittsburgh and Maryland. And just this mixture of it, like the different cultures and the music that folks would listen to. Like when I first heard go-go, I'm like, fam, what is this percussion? Like what? This is your
drum. I mean, trash cans. Yeah.
But you know, that was cool, like the different slang. Even like when I heard Marcus talk, I'm like, dude, where is this dude from? Like, you know what I'm saying? He was telling me about Pittsburgh and jitneys or whatever it is that was going on.
Hey, those were the first Ubers.
I know.
You're right.
I know. So definitely shout out to St. Francis for those experiences. You know, it was definitely good deal. So what's you are launching NetVest, you said in a month, is that right?
Yep, the end of this month we should be going live.
Okay.
It'd be a mobile application that's out there available for everyone, pretty much on all platforms, Apple's, iTunes. So they'll be able to download it to your mobile. You can also go out to our site, you know, and reach us there as well.
How do you spell that for the folks?
NetVest, NetVest.
Okay.
Yep. And just to, you know, real quick on the name itself, it's kind of a spin on using your network to invest in yourself. So that's kind of where we came up with the name NetVest.
That's nice.
I see what you did there.
I do. I like that.
What do they say? Your net worth is only as big as your network.
Yeah.
Go expand your network.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shout out to that, man. Shout out to NetVest. Shout out to NetVest, man.
Yeah. Were you about to ask something, Greg?
No, go ahead.
Nah. And I think when Greg and when we were starting business, I think one of the things that I heard from a lot of people was, you know, business was about relationships and business was about connections, and definitely learning that, because when we launched, you know, we could not have launched if it wasn't for like his cousin who already have an apparel company, or you know, the people I knew who was already podcasting. So it was just the relationship that helped us to at least get this thing off the ground. What would you recommend for us, like in starting? Like we've only been really in business since October. Like, you know, as a beginning business, like what are your recommendations? What should we continue to do? What are your thoughts?
So she'll probably have a better answer than me. You know, from my experience, you know, from just, you know, like I mentioned, I've been doing it for, you know, a little over 10 years now. My advice is to just keep going. So with every business owner, when you're first getting started, nothing goes as planned, right? You know, you start, you get out there and you think you got this great grand vision. You just think it's going to come together, but there's going to be so many problems that you run into, you know, right away. you just got to keep going, you know, and, you know, you might not, for you guys, you might not get the you know, the advertisements on here right away. You might not get the viewers right away. You just got to keep going and trying and reinventing yourself over and over until it actually happens. I mean, I think with my business, you know, I went through so many different ways that I was going to get a new contract, and how I built relationships, that just keep trying is what I would say.
Yeah, similar. I would just say recognize that every interaction, every meeting, every podcast, that's an opportunity. If you see it as an opportunity, right? You have so much more control over this than I think we give ourselves credit for. You know, if you meet somebody and you said there's an opportunity to partner with them, I would say don't shy away. Even if, you know, they close the door on you 10 times, you get that one person, you have no idea what can stem from that one new connection.
Right.
Marcus, you were right. Her answer was way better than yours.
that's usually the case.
So I got to ask about you all. How long you all been married?
11 years. Married for 11 years.
Hold on, I gotta clap that up. So my brother here, he just recently popped the question to his queen.
Oh,
Yes,
Definitely.
yes,
shout out.
congrats.
Thank you.
Pop that question. What would you tell him? What does he need to? What does he need to know?
What I need to know? Because I've already heard the first part is shut the boop up. Okay, I learned that. I'm starting to learn that.
You hit it again.
yes. And just if you missed that podcast, remember, fellas, listen very closely. All right. If you want to win in a marriage, you got to learn to shut the up. You hear me? Shut the up. Because you can't win if you keep talking. You can't win.
You can't win.
So that's the first piece of advice. What else?
That's the first part.
I mean, exactly what you just said. Treat it like St. Francis. You can't win.
Learn the basis of you can't win. Okay, you know, I'm starting to see that now a lot too. Like, you know what? Mentally, I'm like, I'm not going to win this. Maybe I should just depart from this conversation. And it turns out the right way. You know,
It does.
You'll be good, man. I think you'll love it. You guys will be fine. You know, it is work. You know, as Ryan, as you know, being married is work. But it's a beautiful thing. It's worth working for. So
that's what's up, man.
And then when your wife is sitting next to you, you gotta say things like that.
You have to. Yes, mine is not far whatsoever.
It is.
The shoe in her hand over here.
So Greg, what are your trepidations like? What are you concerned about going into it?
That sometimes I think I won't shut the hell up, you know, and I need to early, you know, because I've always had a gift for gab, you know, and I'll be trying to get my point across, but it doesn't matter. You know, that's what I'll be asking myself. It doesn't matter right now. It doesn't. So I think that's one of the things. Yeah. But besides that, I'm not really concerned because, you know, we've been dating for 5 years. So it's like I pretty much get her understanding where she's going. So it's like, all right.
You guys live together?
Yes.
Okay. You're good. I'm not the traditional type to say that you should wait until you get married to move in together. I think everybody should live together before they get married.
I agree because
that's when you're really going to see what the person is like.
Yeah, you see exactly who that person is. Yeah. Their good phases and bad. So, you know, it's been a great experience, man. I'm blessed, man. I get to find somebody who wants to be with my stinking ass forever. So, you know.
That's right. That's right. And just remember, shut the up. You hear me? I don't care how many research-based arguments you come up with, it's not gonna work.
Because I've noticed people who didn't shut the hell. I said most of those people who didn't shut the hell up are single as hell.
You're right. Right.
Okay,
She's just gonna tell me how to.
I am the only female on this talk right now. I'm gonna say you don't always have to. You should be smart about it. You should be smart about it.
You see all the faces, everybody face first.
You should be smart about it. But here's what I'm gonna say. My take is be a partner, be a supporter, right? It's one thing to be a husband and the wife in the traditional sense, right? If you truly are partners in the journey of life, in what you all aspire and dream for yourselves and your next generation to come, I think that's such a great foundational piece.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. Right? I like that response. Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
And then you support by shutting the
Yes, indeed.
That's right. So let me ask another. So what was it for you all when you after you got married? Like, what was the like aha moment, or like, damn, like this is very different after we got married? Was there anything, or
For me, no, I don't think so. I think we had been together for a long time before we actually got married. So before we got married to the day after we got married, like, I don't think between us, nothing changed. I mean, now you got that legal piece of paper now, but you know, our relationship didn't change. We had been living with each other for probably a good 7 years or something at that point.
Yeah. But I think this goes back again, shout out to St. Francis, right? Like, we had a chance to get to know each other when nothing else mattered, right? Materialistic stuff didn't matter. Jobs didn't matter. What's in your bank account? We was just broke. Broke is broke is broke.
Right.
So we had, 4 or 5 years to really get to know a person without all these external factors thrown into it. And so if you can still foundationally like the person, the soul, I think, right, once we started adding different things, we both know who we were at the core. It's just, like I said, it's just kind of been a ride since then.
Definitely. I can't add anything else to that. That's solid. That's solid.
That's fine there, bro.
So we want to do quality. We always do quality music recommendations. Oh, well, let me before we do that, let me ask this question. Like, our moniker at Quality Minutes is like make every minute count, and for us, it's more than just spending 24 hours at your job. It's about like just doing things for your overall well-being and doing things for your overall spiritual health and mental health and all that good stuff. Like, how are you making your minutes count every day? We got 1,440 minutes a day. Like, well, how are you utilizing and being intentional about those minutes?
For me, that is a challenge, right? Because we got so many different things that we're trying to do. What I focus on is, and I tell her this all the time, is like, when people tell me that they don't have enough time to do a business, I always try to break down that 24 hours and point out exactly where they do. And you make the choice of not doing those things that you say you want to do. So for me, I might not make every minute count, but I make sure that at a certain point in my day that I kind of cut everything off and I spend time with my girls. So those would I say would be my quality minutes, and I'm making every last one of those count, even if I don't for the rest of my day.
Yes, definitely.
Give it up.
I'm gonna take
Meesh.
a little different of a spin. That's funny. You just called me Meesh. I was wondering if you were going to introduce me as Meesh. My quality minutes is preserving my energy. So I am a big fan that you only have control of what you have control over, and my energy, I have absolute control over. So how I put it back into the world is my choice. Who I give it to is my choice. And so I'm very conscious when it comes to having extra time where I put that energy. May it be with the girls, may it be I need to have a FaceTime with, my girlfriends because I need to reconnect and recalibrate myself. Whether it be working out, I am very conscious of how I spend my energy.
We'll clap it up for both of those. Greg, how you making your minutes count, man?
By shutting the boop up. That's how I'm
Yes, sir.
That's how I'm spending my minutes. Keep pushing this quality minutes, man. Every day, trying to elevate those people who don't believe that they're doing, you know what I'm saying? Certain people they don't understand their wealth or how much they mean to other people, you know what I mean? So I'm I've been trying lately to reach out to old friends and things of that nature. And those people who, you know what I'm saying, just uplift them, let them know, like, man, people still care. Like, so that's how I'm putting my minutes in every day, man.
Definitely. Shout out to that, man.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Because you're right in that a lot of people don't realize their value, their value to family and their value to the rest of, the people that occupy their space, and we always talk about, like, we shouldn't have to wait till people pass to, like, give them their roses. And that's really what what Quality Minutes is about, is, like, while we say the Hard Work Hall of Fame is those folks who, we want to give people their roses while they're still here with us, not like after they're passed and then we do this long speech at their funeral. Like, nah, it's too late at that point. They can't even hear it. So
right, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. For sure. But for me, just making sure that I balance. I work a lot of hours and I work very hard, and just making sure that I balance, the work and the strenuous stuff with, chilling, with exercise, with, like, with meditation and just stuff like that, just to kind of keep some balance, so that I'm not just working and I'm not just exhausted all the time, but I'm doing things that are benefiting my overall health. So, definitely making a minutes count.
1440, baby.
1440. That's our number. 1440.
LiveQualityMinutes.com, baby.
LiveQualityMinutes.com. 1,440 minutes. That's how many we got in a day. So quality music recommendations. What are you all listening to? What would you recommend to our listeners that you are listening to right now?
I would recommend they not take my advice.
Why not?
Why not?
You have trash music taste.
Look, man, today's music not being played at all right now for me. I did just listen to that new Jay-Z, Nas, and DJ Khaled. Sorry, Not Sorry. I thought that was all right. Nas came through on that, so I recommend everyone check that out. But what I listened to, even before his passing, I was still in my DMX era.
Okay.
I listened to my older Jay-Z. I still, might not be popular Kanye, but other than that, none of the new school stuff.
Okay.
You like what you like, man. Shout out to DMX, man. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I listen to either like some podcasts or I'm listening to audiobooks. But what I am going to do is I am going to put in a plug for Kate's newest son. His name is Olito. He is new fireness out here in the Virginia area. So if you want to
Olito.
Olito.
Can you spell that?
Yes. Oleeto.
Okay. Okay. And what kind of music is he putting out?
He's in the rap game.
Okay.
He's doing his thing right now. Young, aspiring rapper coming out here. So let's plug it in for Olito.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
I think he signed right now too. I can't think of who it's with, but
no. Yeah, but he did. I think it just recent. They just went. Yeah. They just flew, I think, out to Florida to go sign him off.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah. Okay. If you fly in places, then you're doing all right. Like if you got to go fly to do some business, then you're doing all right. Greg, what about
you on the bus? That's not it.
Man, my quality music selection this week, man. I took it back, man. I went back to 50 Cent, man. I went back to listen to some 50, man. Get Rich or Die Trying is a pretty great album, man. Definitely. So that's what I was listening to for most of the week, man.
Classic.
I tried, yes.
Classic, man.
But I do recommend for you though, because you're an old hip hop head. Check out Benny the Butcher.
Yes. Oh, I love Benny.
That's
what we talking about. Griselda. When we said Griselda, that's who we're talking about. He's part of that same
camp, man.
Griselda, okay. Benny the Butcher, Conway the Machine, West Side Gun. That's Griselda. That's the
sir.
Gotcha.
Okay, right there, man. All their catalog. Just go tap in, man, because they've been going bananas lately. And Ransom, he's been going pretty crazy too.
Yeah. So let me real quick. 50 Cent. That reminds me of St. Francis, because that album came out my sophomore year at St. Francis, and me and Delano, me and my man Delano, who was also from Detroit, we hopped in my Honda Civic to drive back for Easter break, and we listened to Get Rich or Die Trying the whole time, bro. That was
Black Civic. Come on, man.
The Civic. for me, I took it back too, man. I was listening to James Brown this week, man. I was listening to
Oh
James
man, you took it
Brown.
real.
He's amazing.
Bro, like paid the
And the
cost to be the
JBs.
boss.
Ooh, hey,
The
yeah,
man's
James used to
world.
throw down.
Yeah.
His band used to throw down too, man.
Oh yeah.
They used to
Shout out
get
to
busy
Bootsy
out there.
Collins.
Oh, for sure,
Definitely,
man.
definitely. So, couple more things. So do you all have any, aside from your business, that you're gonna plug? Any small business or other business that you want to plug before we close out today?
I do.
Go for it. Go for it.
Next Level Athletic Fitness. You guys probably see me, plugging them all the time. That's a friend of mine. Another Black-owned business. He's a trainer in the Pittsburgh area, but he's really all over. And I hand down stand behind the fact that he's probably one of the best trainers in this country. Like literally doing it like that. He has the education behind it. So check out Next Level Athletic Fitness. He's definitely dope.
Next Level Athletic Fitness. All right.
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
I'm going to put a plug in for King Toro Management Construction Company.
King Toro Management.
Yeah. That's by Dante and Nikki and Cameron Neal are really good friends. So we're going to put a shout out for them. Again, another Black-owned construction business. Wishing them the best.
Yeah, residential. So
very nice.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna go Actively Black. It's a Black-owned sportswear line made by my cousin Laney Smith from Houston, Texas. Black-owned. It's for the people. It gives back to the community as well. So Actively Black will be mine.
Definitely.
Okay.
Actively Black. So I'm gonna plug another podcast. The meeting after the meeting is the name of the podcast. That's my good friend. After I left St. Francis, I went to a college called Albion College, where I met my friend Bobby. She's doing a podcast called The Meeting After the Meeting. So go check out her podcast. She's podcasting with like 3 or 4 other people. She's also one of those people that kind of help us along with this process as well. So shout out to Bobby in that podcast. So real quick before I close, Marcus, I've been waiting to ask you this question for a long time, dude. Are you like Puerto Rican or something? Like you like you I mean you had that good hair, man, back in the day. I was like, man, I wonder if he's
yeah, that good hair gone now. I don't even have a hairline anymore. Oh God. No, man, I'm just black. Black.
All right. Hey. Cool. We're not a monolith, right? Like we come in all different shapes and sizes and colors, man. So I was just curious.
True. Yeah, I got that my whole life. So
cool. So you had the Ricky Ricardo joint going on back in the day, bro.
Yes, the silky joint. Like, damn, what is that?
The soul glow.
I remember I tried to get braids one time up at St. Francis. It definitely didn't work out.
They wouldn't hold. They wouldn't hold. So that's it. You gonna close this out, G?
Yeah, man. Live every minute. Make every minute count out there, ladies and gentlemen, man. Tap in to livequalityminutes.com. Follow us on YouTube, Quality Minutes Podcast, we're on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Music. Hey man, we love everybody, mama out there just for having them, man. We appreciate y'all for stopping by, man.
We appreciate you guys. Thanks for having us.
Follow them NetVest on Instagram.
What is how would they follow you? Is it just NetVest, or is it like some additional things that they need to do to follow you?
No, right now you can follow us on NetVest on IG, on Instagram at NetVest. So you can follow us on there, get information about when we'll be launching.
And that will be posted right here on this video. It will be posted right here on this video. So we got it.
Appreciate the support.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
No doubt.
Yeah, like, we got to talk. We got to talk a little bit because it sounds like we have interconnecting ideas.
It sounds like we're networking, right?
Yes, I like it.
Give it up.
Give it
up. Hey. Quality Minutes Podcast for the culture. Make every minute count, y'all.
Every minute.
All right.